my brother's keeper. Yes.
Yeah, Vody been there. Vody hang tough. We got his pay lawyer. We got a bail. They want me to stand with him, right? Where the fuck they at when they supposed to be standing by us? I mean, when shit goes bad and there's hell to pay, where they at? This game is rigged, man. We like
What's going on? What's going on? We are back. We are live. Low Key Cave. Welcome to a new show that I'm currently trying to put together. You know, I was kind of thinking about certain ideas, and it was more of my verses. You know, if you come through and watch Uncut Ish Talk, excuse me, if you come through and watch Uncut Ish Talk, I like to do verses, whether it's pertaining to music, movies, TV shows, etc. I like to do verses. So once I watched a recent episode of Raising Kanan, Power Book 3, Raising Kanan Season 2, Episode 2, Scrap. Man, before we dive into it, though, I just want to give a shout out to everybody. Shout out to my co-host, of course, in the deal. We going to be working on American Horror Stories tomorrow. Of course, the new episode coming tomorrow. Orphan First Kill, we doing that Saturday. Like I said, man, we got lives, we got things going on. I work a lot. She got kids, she got things going on. But shout out to my co-host and deal. Definitely appreciate her taking the time when she's able to join me. Shout out to her. American Horror Stories tomorrow. New review on that episode. Facelift tomorrow. Definitely be on the lookout for that. Uncut Ish Talk Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time live. We will be through. Make sure y'all come through Friday for that. Make sure y'all go check out the TV Commission. Real Low the Big Review. He just did a new episode of Slangin' Rock. Definitely go over there and check them out. Pretty Girl Loves Trap Content. I think she's possibly live right now, if I'm not mistaken. She doing the retro reviews of the original Power. Definitely need to go over there and check them out. So definitely shout out to the TV Commission, Brillo the Big Review, Pretty Girl Loves Trap Content, JH Review. Everybody associated over there, shout out to them. Y'all definitely need to go check them out. But other than that, man, we are here for The Game is Rigged. This show is going to be based off the street soldiers. These are the guys in the TV shows or the movies. They're not the main guys. They the side dudes, whether it's the henchmen or whether it's just the street soldiers. These guys that's just the normal little guys that's out here moving product or whatever. They making the hand-to-hands or whatever, because, you know, the main guys, they are not going to be involved or even around anything involved as far as criminal organization or drugs or any product. So speaking of scrap, like I said, the most recent episode of Power Book 3 Raising Kanan, Season 2, man, Scrap was one of my favorite characters coming out of Season 1, man. Everything involving him and his whole loyalty to Rock. Not only to Rock, but to Rock and her family. The fact that he had a little bit of issue with Kanan coming on, and if you're familiar with Power Book 3 Raising Kanan, you know the first season, pretty much Kanan was trying his best to get put on. He was wanting to be a part of the organization as far as Rock and his uncles and them, Marvin and Lulu and them or whatever. And him and Scrap got into a little situation because he thought Scrap was telling or whatever. Coincidence, in that first season, Kanan thought Scrap was telling or whatever. But going into this new season, you know what I'm saying, Scrap pretty much was warned about gambling from Rock. You know, he got a little gambling problem, and he ended up getting arrested or whatever. And he pretty much lied to them about him being arrested. And I figured out why he lied. I was thinking maybe he did talk, but then I thought about it. He was already warned about Rock. He was warned by Rock. Basically, don't be gambling no more. So that was his whole thing. It was like, shit, I ain't about to tell him that I get arrested for gambling, because then they really not going to mess with me. So, yeah, that was his reason. And so I think he didn't snitch, but it's the whole loyalty thing. This was a guy who lost his eye to the organization as far as Kane, his mama's rock. This was a guy who got tortured. He's been around, like he said, since he was 14 years old. Anything they asked him to do, he held it down or whatever. And this is why, like I said, I kind of based this off that. Not pertaining to just this particular scene or this particular character, because these type of things has been around for a minute, all the way back to me more than anything, The Wire. Bodie. I kind of feel like in the first season, Bodie had kind of like a foreshadowing. You weren't thinking about it in the first season, but going into the fourth season, when everything goes down, you know, with him and Marlo, whatever, and you know how Chris did what they do, and they was coming through like Michael Myers. So yeah, that situation happened. And you remember what Bodie did to Wallace? Him and goddamn, I forgot my other man name that was with him, but you know what Bodie and them did to Wallace? And they shot him or whatever because they thought he was selling or whatever. Foreshadowing, not only foreshadowing the karma, the fact that Marlo was like, yo, you might be telling, you might be talking as far as Bodie, which he looked like he was about to when he was talking to McNulty. So Marlo did what he had to do. And that's kind of what I'm basing this off, because Bodie was a loyal guy as far as the Barksdale organization. He did whatever they asked him to do. He always stayed with it. He didn't snitch whenever he got locked up or whatever. I mean, this nigga was out here punching police or whatever and getting locked up or whatever. He was walking out of detention centers or whatever. But Bodie was a loyal dude, man, from the get-go. I mean, the fact that he killed Wallace because Stringer Bell came to him like, yo, sound like your man out here wilding and doing what he doing, so I need you to do this. And he pretty much brought that to his attention. So that, being that Bodie was young, you kind of see where they was coming from and why they was put in that position, but still, he went along with it. So he knew what came with what he was doing. And the fact that he kind of got in that position in the fourth season as far as Bodie, where he was kind of getting in that position of snitching on Marlo, when it was like, nah, you know what comes with this, you know. That's all I'm saying, man. But this is what we basing this off as far as the game is rigged. We're basing this off of loyal street soldiers, not the main guys. These are the guys that's somewhat in the background. These are the henchmen. These are the guys that's out here selling and moving the dope or whatever, doing the hand-to-hands, are actually being seen. Not the main guys who are always in the background or whatever, not the kingpins. These are the guys who either getting shot. These are the guys who might end up snitching because they feel like they've been holding it down too long and they don't feel like they're getting any benefits from what they've been doing or what they done been through to hold the crew down, or they just end up dead. So yeah, shout out to anybody that's coming through. The Game is Rigged, episode 1. So what we're going to start off with is most loyal henchmen. And once again, I like doing verses, so we kind of doing verses when we doing this episode as far as The Game is Rigged. So when we doing most loyal henchmen, we are going to do the Gutter Man. I used to call him the Gutter Man, but I think I looked this up, man, as far as New Jack City. You know he stutter or whatever. So I think they was really calling him the Gutter Man. I'm not sure. Y'all can let me know if I'm wrong in the comment section, but I looked this up and I'm telling you, I think that's what his name was, the Gutter Man. But I was thinking they was calling him Gutter Man or Gunner Man. I think I might stick with that too, because that sounded a lot better as far as the Gutter Man. But anyway, the Gutter Man, this is Nino Brown's main man. This is his main henchman. This is the guy that pretty much puts in the work for him, that takes care of pretty much anything he needs taken care of as far as a body. This is his guy. I did a top 5 henchmen list, by the way, too, that I put these 2 individuals on that I'm about to mention, and I had to bring them back because, once again, when you're doing a show like this, as far as the henchmen or the side guys, I got to mention these 2 individuals because these 2 was the most loyal of henchmen as far as the guys I'm mentioning. So, first, we got most loyal henchmen, Gutter Man, or what I like to call him, the Gutter Man versus Jimmy Jump, Lawrence Fishburne as far as King of New York. Yes, this guy right here, man. He was crazy. He was out there, but he was loyal too. You got my man Frank White getting out of prison, and you got my man Jimmy Jump running around town causing havoc, making sure everybody know my man about to come back in town. But not only that, making sure they secure the bag for him, making sure they taking out certain individuals to make sure they clear the lane for him when he get home as far as Frank White. And this is my man Jimmy Jump. what I like to do when I do my verses or when I do these type of shows or whatever is I like to bring clips in just to give people more emphasis on what I'm talking about, because certain individuals might not even seen the movies before, as far as New Jack City or King of New York. So as far as most loyal henchmen, I want to put emphasis on this by playing my guy and playing the clip as far as the Gutter Man. And this is who we going with first. As far as my guy from New Jack City, the Gutter Man versus most loyal henchman, Gutter Man versus Jimmy Jump. Y'all got to let me know who y'all going with. The game is rigged.
No, please! Look, the brothers don't wait to get paid. Money talks. Bullshit runs the marathon. So, see ya, and I wouldn't want to be here.
Once again, my man, the Gutter Man from New Jack City, most loyal henchman. You see the fact that my man was holding it down. They used to pick on my man, talk about the fact that he stuttered this and the third. But when it came down to putting in their work, you see him holding my man at the bridge for, why he talked. I mean, he's sitting there kind of somewhat struggling. Like he holding a full-grown body man up over a bridge. So Nino talking his shit, and then he let him go. But not only that, it's the fact that he's sitting there holding it down in a whole shootout. And even when he gets shot, he's still trying to kill my man. So most loyal henchman versus Gutter Man versus Jimmy Jump. And of course, I got to play a clip for Jimmy Jump as far as Lawrence Fishburne and King of New York.
Check it out. They were King Tito's. But he don't need them where he is now. Yeah, I thought maybe you would donate them to a clothing drive or something. You know what I'm saying? That's right.
Having a good time, huh, Jim?
Hey, man, I've been waiting years.
You see what I'm saying, man? As far as the loyalty. Once again, my boy Frank White had just got home, and Jimmy Jump was running around town causing havoc. Not only with the fellow gang members or the fellow drug dealers, but with the police too. And the police got so goddamn fed up and got so irritated with not only Jimmy Jump, but Frank White. These niggas went on some straight hitman type of shit and just went straight after him. Like on some rebellion, like on some renegade type shit, like Punisher type shit, as far as the cops at the point in time where they just got irritated with the fact that they was running around doing what they was doing and getting away with it, as far as Frank White and Jimmy Jump. But it was the fact that my man Jimmy Jump was holding Frank White down the way he was doing. Like I said, a whole shootout going on, but it wasn't just him. Frank White came and pulled up in the limo, make sure he was straight and let him jump in. But it's not only that, it's the fact that how crazy my man was. He sit up here and unshot my man Wesley. He's still laughing and going in while he gets shot in the head. Most loyal henchman. The Gutter Man versus Jimmy Jump. Who y'all got? Let me know in the comment section. But me, man, it's tight because I love the Gutter Man. The fact that, like I said, they was going in on my man, but he was holding it down to the end. And Jimmy Jump, same way. Crazy, but holding it down. Ah, man, Most loyal henchman. Uh, I gotta go with Jimmy Jump, man. I gotta go with Jimmy Jump. And to me, it's more so than anything that the fact that, I mean, you gotta call it spade a spades. Frank White, it was a white dude, you know what I'm saying? But it was the fact that the way he was holding it down for the people that was in his crew. He liked to take in not only like a lot of black people, but inner city youth, and there might have been some shit that he had going on, but most of his crew were black people. Just saying, mixed bag, everybody. And if somebody did something to his people, a certain scene where Lawrence Fishburne character got shot, this nigga Frank White went to the cop's funeral and retaliated. Like, I'm just saying, most loyal henchman, I gotta go with Jimmy Jump from King of New York, Lawrence Fishburne. By the way, shout out to this performance by both of them. I ain't got my man name, but he been in everything. Spike Lee movies, everything. Definitely legendary actor, him and Lawrence Fishburne. But as far as most loyal henchman, game is rigged. The guy that's gonna hold his man down no matter what, and it's gonna take that bullet, who's gonna die for him. I gotta go with Jimmy Jump. All right, man. Next, most loyal prison time tanker. Like I said, the game is rigged. If you the guy that's not the main guy, more than likely you gonna either die or you either gonna end up turning because you mad because certain people ain't holding it down or your main person ain't holding it down, so you ain't end up snitching. Or if you really, really holding it down, you gonna take the time. And this is where we get to most loyal individual as far as the street soldiers, as far as my guys out here and this doing their thing, but it's not the main guys that's gonna take that prison time. And this is where we kind of go into the TV shows. So when it comes to most loyal prison time taker, we got Weebay from The Wire versus Otto from Sons of Anarchy. Anybody in here that's not familiar with Sons of Anarchy, shout out to Kurt Sutter, who actually plays Otto, by the way. This is one of my favorite shows. It's about a motorcycle gang. And they rebellious as hell, bro. Relentless. This shit is, man, this is one of my favorite shows. Like I said, you got to go check it out. I don't want to get too deep into it because this ain't what this is about. But as far as this character, Otto, he pretty much is doing time. Like, when we introduced to him, he is already doing time. He doing time for this motorcycle club, which is basically a gang. I mean, they do gun running, drug running, all of that. Killing, murders, all of that. That's what they into. But it's really the guy that they got doing time for them. When you talking about suffering, when you talking about really holding it down, Otto, this man went through hell. And I don't mean like just literally, well, yeah, I do mean literally. It's the shit that he had to do and the shit that he had to. Once again, when I say the game is rigged, and this is why I'm doing this guy found out certain things as far as the club and what they did and shit that they held back from him while he was doing this time. Once again, the price that comes with being the foot soldier or being the guy on the sidelines that's willing to take the time or that's out here in the middle of everything, that's being seen doing everything, that's not in the background with the main guy. This is the consequences that come with that. And this is why I'm doing both of these individuals. Weebay, though, this is a different type of individual as far as when it's come to taking time. Not only is he willing to hold it down, but it's the fact that he's willing to take on extra as far as murders. It don't matter. He's not telling on nobody. So, most loyal prison time taker. We got Weebay from The Wire versus Otto from Sons of Anarchy. And once again, we are introduced to Otto already in prison. Weebay, he gets caught up while we are looking at him as far as the first season. He is in the streets, but he gets caught up and gets locked up by the end of the first season. But throughout other seasons, as far as Wire, like season 2, season 3, 4, and 5, we get certain scenes with him while he's in prison or whatever. So y'all let me know who y'all got. And of course, you know I got clips. So Most loyal prison time taker, Weebay from The Wire versus Otto from Sons of Anarchy.
Even dream about straight life for all these bodies? You gotta wake up talking about Avon Barksdale and Stringer Bell.
Nah, but as to murders, you might as well give them what you have. Because anything you leave out is outside the deal. If they learn about it later, they can charge you later.
Fuck it then. For another fish sandwich and some tater salad, I'll go a few more.
You want that?
Medium rare out of horseradish. Oh, all right. I did, little man. Thinking he might get weak on that cop getting shot.
Yeah? Where's the body?
Druid Hill, behind the reptile house. Get back in the weeds, we might go find what's left of him.
All right, that's 7. What else you got?
How about them witnesses? The security lady, and what's his name? The maintenance man.
Gant?
Yeah, Gant.
You did Gant alone.
Do you see Weebay? This man was copping to murders that he didn't even commit. That was the part about it. Like, no, nigga, I'm not no snitch. You bring me an extra sandwich, this and the third, like, shit, I copped to a couple more murders. Like, the confused look on his face, not only on Weebay, but on my man's face. I forgot his name, but he was the guy that was always drinking with Minotti, the big dude. Shout out to him, but it was both of their expressions. He said, you shot the witness? Weebay was like, yeah, so sure, I did. No, nigga, you didn't do it. But once again, most loyal prison time taker, Weebay from The Wire versus Otto. And of course, I got my man Otto, and I got to play a clip from him and his loyalty to the motorcycle game as far as the Suns.
Is it? I did. Thanks.
You sign, then I'll sign.
Shit.
What's the matter?
I don't have my glasses. Did I say this was June or July?
Looks like July.
Oh, shit.
I got you straight up.
Once again, most loyal prison time taker, Weebay from The Wire versus Otto from Sons of Anarchy. The fact that they was offering this man who was already doing time, who had been doing time for a long time, freedom. Not only freedom, he gonna be able to get back with his wife. The fact that they gonna move him, protection, everything. And he had already been through so much, but he was willing to still not only hold it down for the Sons and his crew, but to prove to them, to let them know that I'm holding it down. This is a federal agent, by the way. He whooped her ass just to prove to them and let them know that I got this. I'm holding this down. I ain't telling shit. I ain't snitching on nothing. Once again, man, you got to understand what this man go through. Shout out to Key Robinson. My bad. Shout out to Tony Robinson. Bro, I said Key Robinson. I'm in here low key. I'm looking at what you said, too. Shout out to Tony Robinson coming through, though. Always coming through, showing support. Appreciate you coming through, bro. Yeah, I'm doing a little new thing. The game is rigged. If you watch Raising Canaan, as far as Power Book 3, and if you familiar with the show and you just watched the recent episode, my boy Scrap got took out. So I'm basically talking about them loyal street soldiers that's always suffering or always paying that price, thinking they're going to always come out at the end on top because they holding it down or whatever, but that ain't the circumstances, especially in these situations. But when it comes to most loyal prison time taker, when you talk about Weebay, and I played 2 clips, Tony, or whoever else coming through watching and checking me out. Shout out to anybody coming through and checking me out. Weebay, like my man was sitting here telling you, if you give me extra sandwiches or whatever, I'm gonna cop to more murders. Like it don't matter. I'm not telling though. Then you got my man Otto, who already been doing time, and I mean hard time, and everything handed to him, and he's still willing to hold it down. But not only hold it down, whoop a federal agent ass. which means he's probably going to get extra time added on to whatever time he already got. So most loyal prison time taker, when it comes to the game is rigged, and then when it comes to sacrifices, and as far as doing time and being separated from your family and going behind these bars, I got to go with Otto. I got to go with Otto. Once again, man, the fact that Weebay was copping to murders that he didn't commit, that was already some extra in itself. Like I said, that's a whole nother level of loyalty and holding it down. But you got a whole federal agent in there telling you that not only you can go free after the time you done, but I'm going to bring your wife in that you haven't seen in I don't know how many years, which means you ain't been around females, this and the third. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's doing time. And I'm going to keep you protected. Not only that, I'm going to move you somewhere other completely new location. He didn't just hold it down. Once again, he beat a federal agent's ass. So you know the ramifications that come behind it. I got to go with Otto. Weebay, one of my favorite characters, man. It ain't the fact that he was doing what he was doing. Like I said, he was on demon time. Like I said, it's just the performance and what comes behind what he was doing. And the fact that it's a scene later on in the season, as far as like maybe season 4. I think it's season 4 where he's locked up, but they introduced us to his son as far as naming, and it's a certain situation to go down where he got to make sure his son is going to be straight or whatever, and he ends up doing that, knowing what he going through. So with all that being said, I got to go with Otto. Most loyal prison time taker, definitely. With everything he been through and what he went through and everything he goes through in later seasons as far as Sons of Anarchy. And if you don't watch Sons, you know what I'm talking about. This man suffers. I got to go with Otto. Shout out to anybody that's coming through. We if you just coming through, we doing The Game is Rigged. This is based on characters, TV shows or movies, as far as street shows or drug shows or crime organization shows, as far as street soldiers, not the main guys, but the side guys that are always holding it down but end up in messed up situations, whether it's snitching, dying, or going to jail. And we just did most loyal prison time taker. Weebay versus Otto. Y'all can let me know in the comment section if y'all done seen these two shows and who y'all want to go with. But I'm going with Otto. All right, man. You know, you got to go to that point. Loyal but snitched. Once again, the game is rigged. So once you feel like you've been holding it down for I don't know how long, then you looking around like ain't nobody holding it down for you, then you look like, see, you don't got caught up in the situation. And you know how these certain TV shows go or these certain movies go. And you got these certain individuals that you might be even cheering for. And you see certain things they don't even been through, whether you don't want watching a movie or the TV show or a series. And you like, damn. Speaking of, this is where we really come to this situation. Scrap. This is one of the main reasons where Rock killed him. They thought he was snitching, or they thought he had snitched. So that's the whole thing. I'm still being one of the individuals, and I think a lot of individuals who watch Power Book 3, Raise a Canaan, think he didn't snitch. And this thing is going to come to bite Rock in her ass later on. What's going on, the homie? Shout out to the homie coming through. Always coming through, showing support. Shout out to bro. He going to be trying to join me sooner or later. He said he wanted to join the live, so I'm definitely trying to bring bro on sooner or later. But definitely appreciate you coming through, bro. Once again, if you're just joining me, we doing a new show. The Game is Rigged. This is based off street soldiers, whether it come to TV shows or movies. These are the guys that are always holding it down, but when they don't look good or it's going down in the end, everything looking dark, they might snitch, they might die, or they might end up locked up for a long time. And right now we doing a versus called Loyal But Snitched. Loyal But Snitched. In this Loyal But Snitched versus, we got Rico from Paid in Full versus Henry from Goodfellas. Both of these individuals and both of these situations and both of these movies are based off true stories, by the way. But yeah, man, Rico. Y'all know my guy Rico, Paid in Full. He was loyal, especially my man Money Mitch. You know what I'm saying? Man, he held it down for Mitch in jail. Mitch, who he didn't even know, got into a little situation at the phone or whatever and paid in full. And they pretty much, he came through holding it down. When they got into a little fight or whatever, he come through helping Mitch. That's loyalty right there. When he got out of jail, they pretty much started working together as far as doing what they doing, putting them on or whatever. So Rico paid in full. Shout out to Nadia. Like I said, the homie, she got a little busy. We got lives, bro. We got things going on. But she going to be coming through tomorrow night as far as American Horror Stories. Shout out to Nadia. But yeah, as far as loyal but snitch, we got Rico from Paid in Full. He wasn't only a snitch, he was slimy too. You know, after the situation with Mitch, you know what he did to him, man. He tried to rob him, whatever, after Mitch was trying to get his nephew back. I'm like, that's crazy. So I definitely got to go throw him in this category. At the same time, he did hold it down. You remember when Ace got shot? What'd he do? He go retaliated. He went and got, not only did he shoot my man who shot Ace, but he went and took his chain from him. So Rico, loyal but snitch, versus Henry from Goodfellas. Henry held it down. This is the man who wanted to join the mob. He joined the mob as a kid. You know what I'm saying? He was the guy out here moving cars, and he got arrested early when he was a kid, and he didn't say nothing. He didn't tell nobody. He didn't say nothing about nobody. And this is one of the most important things that they even told him. As far as my man, I think his name was Jimmy, played by Robert De Niro, as far as Goodfellas, said, whatever you do, no matter what, don't ever tell, don't ever snitch, don't ever tell on your friends, all that in the third. And Henry held it down when he was a kid, Goodfellas. But it was while everything was going good, once again, you see everything going good, getting the money, taking care of your family, this and the third, and that was pretty much what Henry had going on. But the situation got kind of hairy when they got locked up, and then he got out, and it was like nobody wanted to help him. Like, nigga, you go get a regular job, because the mob pretty much wanted to keep things quiet, especially one of the main guys. But Henry was out here trying to move their work. But shit got left. Time to tell. Henry wasn't willing to hold it down, and he went against the mob. Facts, Tony. Rico was greedy. That's what it was. The fact that, like I said, Mitch held it down for him. I mean, he did take up for Mitch in jail. Well, he didn't take up for Mitch, but he helped Mitch out, because Mitch was holding his own shit down when he was in jail. But it was after that. The fact that Mitch was trying to get his nephew back. Classic line, Tony. Classic line. But yeah, it was the fact that my man Mitch was trying to get his nephew back. And this slimy ass nigga Rico was like, man, all that, I'm gonna rob you. Not only rob you, then I'm gonna go to your man and lie to him as far as Ace. So yeah, loyal but snitch. Rico versus Henry. Paid in Full, Goodfellas. Y'all gotta let them know what you all got. And of course, I got clips.
For 25 to life,
I did that.
Rico can't live with that.
I ain't snitching on nobody from Harlem, man. I give you a couple cats down in D.C. doing their thing, out of town doing their thing, but I'm not snitching on nobody in Harlem, because when I come home, I'm still gonna be the king.
That's all you'd ever have to know I was alive.
See him here in the courtroom today?
Yes.
Could you please point him out for the members of the jury? Your Honor, please let the record reflect that Mr. Hill has identified the defendant, James Conway. Mr. Hill, do you also know a man by the name of Paul Cicero?
Yes.
Do you see him here in the courtroom today?
Yes.
Can you point him out for the members of the jury? Your Honor, let the record reflect that Mr. Hill has identified the defendant, Paul Cicero. Your Honor, I have a document that I'd like to have marked.
See, the hardest thing for me was leaving the life. I still love the life. And we were treated like movie stars with muscle. We had it all just for the asking. Our wives, mothers, kids, everybody rode along.
Like I said, loyal but snitch. My man Rico said, I'll give you a couple cats in D.C., maybe Virginia or something, but I ain't giving you nobody in Harlem. Because when I come home, I'm still going to be the king. Like, nigga, you gonna snitch on people, you still snitching. Like, it don't matter. If you ain't giving nobody up in Harlem, you still telling. My man Henry, though, it was like, see, it was all good and everything. To give Henry a little bit of credit, they was trying to, like, kill this nigga. At the same time, bro, you knew what type of life he was part of. You was all good and everything when you was out here doing everything and being a part of the murders or being a part of the schemes and the robberies or whatever. But when it looked like the scheme was about to be on your ass, then you was ready to tell, pointing everybody out. So, yeah. Scrappy was loyal, homie. Yeah, he was loyal, but we gonna find out. Like I said, I think more than anything, Scrappy didn't want to tell him that he got locked up because he knew Rocket told him not to be gambling. Yeah, I don't think he snitched either. I said this in a review, the homie. I think the thing with Scrappy was, I think Howard threw that in Rock's ear because he was trying to throw her off because he got shot or whatever, and I think he got a little plan up his sleeve. Oh no, especially when you know what you're being a part of, and the fact that Henry, as far as Goodfellas, he had been a part of this since he was since he was a kid, so he knew what came with this. Facts, Tony. R.I.P. Ray Liotta, man. Shout out to Ray Liotta. I just did a recent review and watched a recent show called Blackbird, which he is phenomenal in, man. He always do his acting thing. He just did another thing where he did the Sopranos prequel movie or whatever. Shout out to Ray Liotta, man. Whenever he doing these monster movies, he always doing this thing. But he could do comedy too. He do a movie called Observe and Report that I like a lot. So definitely R.I.P. Ray Liotta. But yeah, man, loyal but snitch. Rico from Paid in Full versus Henry from Goodfellas. Who I'm going with when I'm who was a little bit more slimy or grimier? I gotta go with Rico. Like I said, man, the thing about Henry was, it seemed like they was trying to kill him, and not just kill him, they was gonna take out his wife too. Like, it was the fact that my man was like, shit, I'm trying to eat, because they didn't want him to be doing nothing. And it was like he's so used to a certain lifestyle that y'all introduced him to, especially even when he was a child, that it was like, nah, I can't stop now. Ain't no way. But it was not only that, it was the fact that he was kind of like, I ain't got no other options. It's like, yo, this is the mob that's about to come after me. So what am I going to do? Not only that, I got to make sure my wife and my kids are good, because the mob, this is the mob once again. They don't care. So, I mean, it's still, once again, once you get involved in these type of situations and you know you get involved in this life, you know what comes with it. So it's still snitching, but at the same time, Henry had certain things going on. Rico was grimy, slimy. He ain't had no family, he ain't no kids and nothing. He was just wanting to be greedy. And the fact that he was being so greedy that it ended up calling his downfall and get him locked up. Yeah. And the fact that he took out somebody that it seemed like that he had a very close bond of a relationship with, that he turned it around just because of some money. That was kind of crazy. So yeah, I gotta go with loyal but snitch versus Rico. Definitely gotta go with Rico, man. Grimy, slimy guy. Grimy, slimy. Once again, man, the game is rigged. Thinking shit is all smooth and cool and everything is going good. But once the heat on your ass, what choices you gonna make? Are you gonna hold it down or you gonna tell? We just talked about this as far as my man Weebay and Otto. So yeah, Rico wasn't willing to do that. You heard it in the clip. But Rico, he couldn't do no 25 to life. So y'all let me know in the comment section though, who would y'all go with as far as loyal but snitch versus when it comes to these situations, not holding it down, telling Rico or Henry? Nah, no, Tony. He got involved. He got himself involved, so it was more than that. He didn't snitch, though. I mean, he didn't snitch. He just put Rico in a situation where he knew it was off. He wasn't sure if the dudes that he didn't want to mess with were feds or they were just like some stick-up kids or something. So, I mean, one way or another, though, I feel what you're saying, Tony, but nah, Ace Boogie wasn't no regular dude. He was a street guy. He was in these streets. He was moving product. He was holding the weapon. He was running around. Nah, he was out here. We're not gonna do that, Tony. Shout out Tony and everybody coming through. Loyal but snitch. Let me know who y'all got. I'm going with Rico. As far as this versus Rico versus Henry, I gotta go with Rico. All right, man. The game is rigged. Loyal but stupid. We got these situations where when it comes to whether it's TV shows or movies, especially when it comes to these drug dealing movies or drug dealing TV shows or crime shows or crime movies, we got individuals that's your man, that's your people, and they will hold it down, but they ain't got it all right. I mean, I don't even mean like on some like, they just don't got it together. Like this is not for them. They need to do something else. You know what I'm saying? Like, they loyal but stupid, especially when it comes to what they are part of and what you trying to accomplish as far as that main guy. So now we going into our verses, loyal but stupid. Who you talking about, Tony? Or if you talking about Ace, no, of course not. But that's why he was trying to keep it so low and trying to keep everything so calm as far as Ace Boogie. If that's who you talking about, nah, he definitely wouldn't have been able to do that time. But when it comes to loyal but stupid, in this verses, we got Kevin from Snowfall. Y'all know my man Kevin from Snowfall if you're familiar with Snowfall. But if you're not, Kevin is friends with my guy Franklin. Franklin is this smart individual. He's pretty much fed up with certain things as far as school or whatever, so he want to run out here and move some product. And with his mind and bringing in certain individuals as far as his main guy, Leon, which once again, I can say that for another episode because Leon is another loyal individual, but certain things ain't went down yet. We got one more season of Snowfall. But when it come to Kevin, who was a part of this main little crew, guy he grew up with as far as Franklin, Kevin, and Leon, once they start doing what they doing and getting a part of what they doing as far as this little drug ring they doing, Franklin, who pretty much moving this product and bringing in his friends, Kevin starts doing certain stupid things. Don't get it twisted. Kevin is a loyal guy, and that's why I put him in this. Once again, the game is rigged. That's why this is this show. Once Kevin gets involved, it's not just what he ends up doing when certain things happen to his people. It's what he's doing before that. Kevin is getting high. Once again, you know the rule. Don't get high off your own supply. Not only that, it's certain things Kevin, and when y'all can let me know if I'm wrong in the comment section, but Franklin pretty much, I don't think he giving them their own thing, but he kind of is. Yeah, he kind of letting them do their own thing once he starts to actually get shit moving as far as his organization in Snowfall. And Kevin, once he started doing what he's doing and putting his own people on, because once again, once Franklin moving everybody out to do their own thing, Leon and Kevin, they got their own people. They got their own people doing their own thing. And I think Kevin had people and his people in certain positions or neighborhoods that they weren't supposed to be in. Back in them times, that shit is very dangerous. Even in these times, they could be. And once again, we talking about LA. So Kevin had his people in a Mexican neighborhood or whatever, and they ended up getting killed or whatever, moving product or whatever. So now he wants revenge. So this is the whole thing. Franklin doing what he doing in his organization. Not only can you start a war, you'll get the cops involved. And that's what Franklin don't want. So now he's trying to do somewhat of a peace treaty. But not only that, he wants to make sure he gets Kevin his get back too. And this is where Kevin pretty much is going on a rampage and wants to just go out here and do what he wants to do, no matter the consequences that comes with it. Once again, loyal but stupid. Because once you get involved in this, you got to make sure you're able to calm and make sure you're able to tame your emotions. Because emotions being involved with what they was doing, it don't work together and it doesn't come together like that. Loyal but stupid. Kevin from Snowfall versus Jesse from Breaking Bad. Jesse gets a part of Walt's organization. Once again, Walt asks for Jesse's help because Walt don't know what he's doing once he tries to do what he's doing. I'm not going to get all deep into Breaking Bad. That's a whole nother topic, just like Snowfall. But these two individuals, as far as Jesse and Walt, start moving meth. The thing about Jesse is, once again, stupid and making stupid decisions. This is a guy that likes to get high too, similar to Kevin in Snowfall. Once they start moving this actual product, he's already a guy though. Kevin in Snowfall, he wasn't necessarily getting high. I mean, he might smoke weed or something, but he wasn't getting high off like the product they was moving as far as the crack. Once again, this is around the crack epidemic era as far as Snowfall. As far as my man Jesse, they moving meth. But it's not the meth he's getting high on. They already was doing that. He was already doing that. It's the next thing he starts doing as far as that next level drug, heroin. So once he starts doing that with a girlfriend he actually is dating, this is takes it to whole nother levels as far as being stupid and doing stupid things. So of course I got clips of this. Kevin, Snowfall, loyal but stupid, loyal but stupid versus Jesse from Breaking Bad. The game is rigged. If you're going to get a part of this organization and start doing these street things or whatever, even dealing drugs, you got to know what comes with it. And you got to kind of have some type of street smarts if you're going to be doing this, especially when I'm watching these movies or TV shows. Loyal but stupid, Kevin versus Jesse. Of course, I got clips. Let's go.
Get out of here, Lee. Kev. Kev! Stop, man. Come on. It's broad fucking daylight. So you really gonna do this shit in front of all these fucking people? I can't let this happen. Kev!
Once again, my man Franklin had to make a decision. But this ain't about Franklin. This is about Kevin. Kevin wanted revenge. And it didn't matter if he did it in a crowd of people where you knew you going to get locked up or cops going to shoot your black ass. One or the other. It's going to go in one way. But this is going to not only affect him, the fact that he whether going to die or go to jail. As far as Kevin, it's going to affect Franklin's organization and what everything he has going on because Kevin is connected. So not only that, it's the whole thing with finding out when he shoot this Mexican, the war is going to bring with the Mexicans or whatever and what they're going to be doing. So so many ramifications is going to come behind this, and that's why he did what he did. But at the same time, Kevin, loyal guy, because he want to make sure he's standing behind his people that got killed, but stupid because of the fact that you not only going to do this in a crowd of people, but not only do you know that you're going to cause a war, which could bring in your family, because this is the thing that Franklin is thinking about. If he does this, they are not only coming after you, they're going to be coming after your family. You got to remember, this is cartels and everything. We're talking about Mexican, everything that gets involved with this. So once again, loyal but stupid. Kevin versus Jesse. Of course, I got a clip.
Living is a dream when you make it seem enchanted.
Jesse! Jesse, wake up! Jesse, wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Where'd you hide it? Where is it? Where's the product? Where is it? Where'd you hide the meth? Where is it? Where?
Under the suit.
Once again, Loyal but stupid. My man Jesse in there high as hell. And if you ain't watched the show, you don't understand. But this is a situation where my man Walt is trying to get this product to a certain location to move it so they can get this money. But not only that, it's the fact that he got to move this. You got to think, cops, all this, everything that goes with this while trying to move this to a certain location. You talking about meth. And my man is in here high as hell. He is a loyal guy, don't get it twisted, because he holds it down for Walt. But not only Walt, he holds it down for his friends. But that's why he's stupid too. Because he got his friends just out here at any location trying to move meth. And they run across certain rival gangs because this is their territory. Once again, you got people in territories in certain areas. If you're not used to that, then you don't know what's going on. You're in somebody else's territory, they gonna come and retaliate. Once again, loyal but stupid. Kevin Snowfall versus Jesse, Breaking Bad. What's going on, Brillo? Appreciate you coming through, bro. Like I said, make sure y'all go over there and check out the TV commission. Brillo, he just did a live Slanging Rock episode 2. Make sure y'all go check that out. And make sure y'all check out Pretty Girl Loves Trap Content. She doing her retro review. Power. I think this season 2 she on, if I'm not mistaken. The original Power, by the way. With Ghost, Kanan, Tommy and them. Make sure y'all go check them out. TV commission. Shout out y'all. But yes, we doing The Game is Rigged. Right now we doing our verses with Loyal but Stupid. Got Kevin from Snowfall versus Jesse from Breaking Bad. 2 loyal individuals, but they don't know how to handle certain situations, especially when it comes to emotions. And like I said, my man is going through certain things, so when it comes to dealing with his emotions, he decided to get high. Not high of weed. He want to get high of heroin at a time where they trying to move certain things, and that's where my man Walt coming in. So when it comes to this, you got to understand Kevin is kind of an emotional state because his people had just got killed, so he trying to hold it down for them too. So when it comes to this versus as far as loyal but stupid, I have to go with Jesse. Kevin, he got understandable reasonings. Like I said, I kind of mentioned certain things he was doing too, because it wasn't just that. It was the fact that don't get high off your own supply. As soon as my man Franklin bring this product in, that they went and put in all the extra work, not only as far as traveling and all the extra, as far as just getting to the main man to get to this shit. It's the fact that my man just trying to get high immediately off of it, trying to test it. But it didn't kind of mess with what he was doing. But when it came to his loyalty and the fact that he was willing to risk everything, including his family's safety, because that's what I feel like would have happened if he would have actually executed his plan and what he was doing. Kevin versus Jesse, I got to go with Jesse. Because like I said, Jesse didn't have no family to look out for. He didn't really even have too much going on. They was kind of unknown at this time. They was kind of under the radar. And the fact that he was doing what he was doing, it was like stupid. And the fact that they was trying to get some money. And it almost seemed like this was, I can't remember at the time, but this was almost like a one-way plan. Like if they move this one product at this time and they do this, this was like a done deal. This is it and done. Like we can go off and do whatever we need to do now. We don't have to do this no more type of situation. But when it came to my man Jesse, the way he dealt with certain things was just letting people trying to take advantage of him. And old girl, like I said, kind of did that. And you got to remember, he was already a fiend, being that he was on meth. So it's just the next best thing, next best high. And that's what he did with the heroin. Loyal but stupid. Kevin versus Jesse, I got to go with Jesse. Like I said, man, you loyal, especially when it comes to his friends or whatever and trying to get back. But when it comes to being reliable, hell no. No. These 2 individuals, I mean, even with Kevin, I think he is a little bit more reliable than Jesse. Absolutely. So, yeah, I got to go with Jesse. Loyal but stupid. All right, man. Last but not least, loyal but had to go. When it comes to this situation, once again, the game is rigged. You got the situation with these street soldiers. Once again, you going to jail or holding it down. You might feel like you being not compensated well enough, or people ain't holding it down the way you holding it down, so you might snitch, or you're going to end up dead. Once again, We did the Gooder Man versus Jimmy Jump. These is a henchmen. They holding it down no matter what, and that's till death. But then you got these certain individuals that kind of, they loyal, but they not even stupid, but it's the way they go about doing shit, and they not trustworthy. On some slimy shit. Not no snitch type of shit, but they are slimy, kind of backstabbers. Like, these are the worst of the worst, because it's like, keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer situation. If you know what I'm saying. So when it comes to this situation, loyal, but they had to go, it's like, this is my man. Like, they loyal, but you got to go. And when I say you got to go, you got to die. You got to get up out of here. So when it comes to TV shows and movies, we doing movies this time. We doing my man Kleinfield from Carlito's Way versus Nikki from Casino. Once again, loyal but had to go. Kleinfield, man. Shout out to Sean Penn, phenomenal performance playing the lawyer. This is an Al Pacino movie. I think this is kind of under the radar a little bit when it comes to Al Pacino and his gangster movies. You know, they always, of course, Scarface. Of course, Godfather, of course. But these is one of my favorites. If not, I might even slide this in between, man. But definitely one of my favorites when it comes to Al Pacino gangster movies. So, of course, I had to throw this in here, man. The game is rigged. My man Kleinfield, he gets my man Al Pacino's character Carlito pretty much out. Carlito is locked up, but he finds like this little kind of a thing the cops did where this wasn't legal, and he kind of finds it after Carlito done kind of did like 4 years or whatever, and it kind of says it don't kind of set him free, it set him free. He pretty much out of jail because the cops basically did a search where they didn't have a warrant. So whatever they found or whatever is not pertaining to Carlito, and they can't use it against him in court because they didn't have a legal search warrant. So now he is set free by the graces of Kleinfield. Once again, loyal individual. This is where we get the gangster part. Once again, Kleinfield is a lawyer. So you like, how can he be mentioned when he not in the streets? He's not a street soldier. Yes, he is, because he gets himself involved with street shit. Once he starts to try to do certain things, involving himself with Carlito and what he is doing. Nicky, he all the way gangster. All the way. And he is protecting my man Robert De Niro's character. I forgot his name in Casino. But Robert De Niro is pretty much, he is like, he ain't really a gambler, but he a gambler, but he a good gambler. He pretty much is guy that knows how to make the best bets. And he pretty much makes the best bets for the mafia guys. So they pretty much got my man played by Joe Pesci, Nicky, protecting Robert De Niro's character because he's always winning the bets. And now they got him working at this casino in Las Vegas or whatever. But Nicky is my man, Robert De Niro's main guy. He is protector. He's pretty much his best friend. He always with him or whatever because he got to hold him down or whatever because the mob guys pretty much telling him to do this. Loyal but stupid. Kleinfield versus Nicky. Carlito's Way, Casino. Once again, I'm going to play the clips to pretty much let you know why these guys do what they do and why they involved in these situations. Like I said, my man Kleinfield, as far as Carlito's Way, he wants to be the gangster. Now you're going to be involved in some gangster shit. Blow your fucking head off. Put that fucking gun away. Go. How does it feel? Huh? Bitch, man.
Fuck the street. Your whole goddamn world's this big, and there's only one rule. You save your own ass.
Not behind a pillow. This way you can reach for it quick. They come in, you ready for it. So long, Dave. You got a beautiful future.
There's a delivery for you, Mr. Kleinfeld.
Adios.
Once again, man, my man Kleinfield, loyal but had to go. He gets himself so deep into shit. He gets involved with a mobster that he is pretty much was representing. And this is all don't got nothing to do with Carlito, but it's really the situation that happens when he gets approached by the cops or whatever. And it's a situation about Carlito, but he starts doing this in the third because Kleinfield has certain things he's involved with outside of Carlito. So he tried to pretty much get up Carlito. But Carlito got nothing on him because he's pretty much been clean since he's been out. My man Nicky, though. My man Nicky. Loyal but had to go. Once again, this is a loyal guy. He holds it down for my guy. But it's the things he starts to do while he's starting to hold it down. Of course, I got clips.
Deny everything. You understand? I don't want him bringing beefs back home, because that could really cause a serious problem. Got to be careful. He's not dumb, you know? You hear what I'm saying? So I set up a meeting with the guys way out in the sticks. I didn't want my brother to get fucked around. I mean, what's right is right. They don't give a fuck about... Ah!
You run, motherfucker! Tough guys, huh? Tough guy! You and your fucking brother! You fucking scumbag! No more! No more! You see? Watch! Fuck you, you motherfucker!
Loyal but had to go. This man right here, he held it down for my man as far as Robert De Niro's character. Once again, the mob, they told him, I need you to protect him, I need you to make sure he's straight. He always made the bets come through for the mobsters, with basically making sure they got a lot of money, winning them a lot of money, whatever. So they wanted to make sure he was protected as far as Robert De Niro's character in Casino. And that's why they brought Nicky in to make sure he was protected, because this nigga was off the chain. He'd do anything, he was willing to do anything. So it was way deeper for the reasons they ended up killing him. It was the fact that not only that he was sleeping with a guy that was connected as far as Robert De Niro's wife, it was the fact that he was doing a lot of bullshit out in Las Vegas. They was pretty much bringing too much attention. So they ended up having to take his ass out. Once again, he was loyal, he'd hold it down, but he had to go. Kleinfield, a guy out here wanting to be a part of it, wanting to be involved, but once the shit got too hot for him, immediately telling on one of the main guys he swear was his brother, whatever, as far as Al Pacino, Carlito. But when shit hit the fan, got in too deep. Carlito ain't stupid, by the way. So yeah, loyal but had to go. Kleinfield, Carlito's way versus Nicky, Casino. Who am I going with? Man, I gotta go with Nicky, Casino. Kleinfield, once again, he wasn't involved. He got himself involved, but he was a lawyer. Like I said, he wasn't used to nothing. Immediately, you know he was gonna do what he was gonna do. Then he was making a lot of stupid decisions. It was a shit where he was trying to get out of a situation with a mob boss, and he ended up killing everybody. But still, the mob boss being connected and having siblings, children out here ended up coming after him, but being the fact that Carlito, a loyal guy the way he was. Once again, I got another episode I'm gonna work on where I'm gonna mention Carlito too, because we got to talk about the guys, the ones that suffer too. Same thing was this, but we got to talk about the main guys who go down too. So that's why I got another episode I'm working on. Make sure y'all come through and check that out as far as episode 2 of The Game is Rigged. But when it comes to loyal but had to go, Kleinfield versus Carlito's way versus Nicky from Goodfellas, I gotta go with Nicky. Nicky was about that life. He knew what came with it. And like I said, once he got involved with my man's wife as far as Robert De Niro, he already took it to another level where it was already over the top. But then when he was out here just knocking people off, doing what he was doing, pretty much saying that he ain't got to listen to nobody, he runs this shit, that's when you know he was making pretty much a big-ass mistake. Shit was going left. But it was not only that, it was the fact that this was your guy. This is your man. I mean, he the reason you even out here in Las Vegas as far as Robert De Niro. But then you start messing with his wife and doing all of that. Nah, that ain't holding it down and that ain't loyal. So he had to go. Out of both of these individuals, even though Kleinfeld was going to snitch, he was a dirty ass nigga, but it wasn't nothing to snitch on. Like I said, Carlito was clean. Ever since he got out, he was clean. He wasn't doing nothing. It's one scene he in though, but it wasn't his fault. But shout out to my review. Y'all need to go check that out. Retro Carlito's Way review, the low key cave. But yeah, loyal but had to go. The game is rigged versus Kleinfeld versus Nikki. I got to go with Nikki. Once again, Nikki, he wasn't holding it down. Sleeping with my man's wife, doing all this in the third. Kleinfeld wasn't trying to smash Carlito's wife. He had his own shit going down. And he even tried to, you know what I'm saying, pull a gun out. Being that he a lawyer. Lawyer, what you doing with this gun? And Carlito told him that shit. You want to be a gangster? Now you a gangster. So, yeah, man, I got to go with Nikki, though, because Nikki was already a gangster. He knew the rules. He knew he wasn't supposed to do no grimy shit like that, but he still ended up doing it. Loyal but had to go. Nikki from Casino. All right, man. Once again, shout out to anybody that came through tonight. The homie, Tony Robinson, Brillo the Big Review. I appreciate y'all coming through. And anybody else that came through and checked me out. Damn, sound like my voice getting a little hoarse. My bad, y'all. Once again, my boy, I'm working 7 days a week. Got a lot going on. Shout out to my beautiful wife helping me, kids, all in the third, school back started. So we got a lot going on. That's why the content not maybe being pushed out the way it should be. But I'm definitely trying to give y'all not only new content, but of course reactions, the lives, and of course everything I'm still doing as far as the reviews. Orphan First Kill, I'm still doing that. Man, I love that twist they got in this prequel. Saturday, me and Nadia, we coming through with that Orphan First Kill review. American Horror Stories, of course, tomorrow, Thursday, live, 8 p.m. Uncut Is Talk, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, Friday. Make sure y'all come through and check us out. My bad, y'all. My voice is sound hoarse. My bad. Like I said, man, I'm out here trying to get a lot of things moving and trying to get a lot of things going. Make sure y'all go over there and check out Brillo the Big Reviews YouTube channel. He just hit that 1,000 subscribers. Go over there and support my guy. Make sure y'all watch all the ads and everything. Make sure y'all go over there and check out Pretty Girl Little Strap Content, TV Commission, the JH review. Make sure y'all go check him out. Pert Minded, he just did a review on Untold, the N1 story on Netflix. I'm definitely trying to do that. Make sure y'all go check that out. Y'all had to be there. Y'all remember N1, VHS tape, Street Ball, ESPN. Definitely go check out Pert Minded. SS Jack K Dot. Make sure y'all go check out his YouTube channel. Verity content as far as MSK, Chillmonger 33 Burning Questions. Back of the Bus podcast. They got a lot of content on Recast T'Challa. Y'all make sure y'all go check them out. I'm just making sure I try to shout out everybody, man. I ain't trying to single out nobody, but make sure y'all go check out everybody and support them. But other than that, make sure y'all hit that like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. This is the road to 700 subs. Make sure you hit that notification bell, let you know when I upload new videos. I'm working on some more reactions. My bad, y'all. Once again, my bad for my voice if I'm sounding a little hoarse. But other than that, the game is rigged, episode 1. Let me know how y'all feel about this recent episode. Like I said, I just put this together because of the situation that happened with Scrap from Raising Kanan. Like I said, I'm working on episode 2. I got a lot of new things I'm going to be doing as far as new characters, new movies, and new TV shows. But other than that, thank you for coming through and watching the content. Thank you for coming through and watching the live. Shout out to all the recent subscribers and all my subscribers and everybody who's been coming through and checking out the content. I appreciate everybody who coming through checking me out. Other than that, we out.